You don't have to have the next steps figured out. You don't have to know what to do next. You don't have to know what action, or you don't have to have it all figured out right here, right now. When you don't know where to start, when you don't know what to do, when you can't figure out what to do, when you feel like you can't do anything, you do what you can. It's no way possible that there could be nothing for you to do. There is always, if there's a will, if you say to yourself, if you believe that you will make it out of your situation, if you believe that you will make it to the next step, if you believe that you will start reading a new chapter of your life, well, there's a way for you to get to that next page. You understand what I'm saying? You got to start doing what you can, even though it might be small. The easiest example I can give is I've been really reflecting on how far I've come. And when I'm only 20, I've been through a lot in my life. And so I want to say, like, when I was 14, pretty much headed into high school, I was low-key depressed, but I didn't, like, you know what I mean? I was just like, yeah, I'm sad, but I'm like, at least I can still be happy. But I knew something wasn't right. It wasn't until towards the end of 9th grade when things started to get really, really bad for me, depression-wise. And it got really, really, really bad. And it wasn't until soon, like a few months after graduating high school, that I started to pick myself back up. So, and at that point, they had gotten, like, I was this close, y'all, this close. That's all I'm gonna say. And I knew I didn't want to be depressed no more. And at the beginning, like, it's been a really crazy learning journey. And at the beginning, I was really trying my hardest to be happy and to embody what happiness felt like, and it worked. I mean, I don't recommend putting pressure on yourself, but if you have a vision in your mind, work towards that vision by doing what you can. Obviously, I was not in my ideal circumstances to overcome that depression, but I still put one foot in front of the other. I'm like, okay, there are some things I can do. I can start journaling. I started to get into meditation somewhere around that time. Like, there were small things I can do to bring it just a little bit more light, just to put a smile on my face and to make myself feel a little bit better as the days went on. I did not have, when I tell y'all, people cannot drive out here, like, it's really ridiculous. When I tell y'all, I had no idea how to go from depressed and not really wanting to live my life to loving my life where I am now and loving every minute and just wanting to live more life and just wanting to grow. Like, it did not happen instantaneously. I did not just flip the switch. I did gradual things. I did what I could do. Like, there are so many ways. Like, you just have to get up and do something. And as someone with ADHD, at the beginning, it was like really like topsy-turvy. You get what I mean? Like, it was like real flip-floppy. My cat is rubbing against the table, which is why it's a little shaky right now. But as someone with ADHD, and I actually had a day like that today, not like depressed, but like what I'm about to describe. So pretty much, like, my mind wanted me to go and do this and do that, but my body just was not computing. What that means is it's a clear sign that you need to let your body rest. As you are making the shift energetically, because it starts within, you're going outside of your comfort zone. You're using more effort to get to where you want to be. You understand what I'm saying? And so what that means is you're not used to putting that much energy out into the universe to better yourself. So of course you're going to start to feel a little bit tired, but it's like working out. It's literally like working out. Like, if you finally pick up some big weights that you're not used to, like if you usually lift 20 pounds, right, but then you decide to bump it up to 50, your arms are going to be beat and you're gonna have to like take some rest to let them heal. But then you'll notice that you get used to it, and eventually you're used to pushing that 50 pounds. You understand what I'm saying? And so when you're doing what you can, eventually you get stronger and stronger at it. When you're doing your best at something, in so many words, what I was getting with all of that, just give it your best, man. Whatever you find out it is that you can do, even if it's just little, do not underestimate the little things, man. It's the little things that add to the beauty of a moment. For example, I'm sitting out here, the fact that moon is so little, yet it creates this beautiful picture. Like, things would be so different if that moon wasn't right there. Things would be so different if that tree wasn't right there, or if these clouds didn't look like this. Like, things would be so different. It's the little things that add to the beauty of a picture. It's like a little painting, and at first glance it's like, oh, that's a beautiful painting. But then when you look closely, you notice all the little intricate details that went into making that painting look so beautiful. So don't underestimate the little things. I'm telling you, I don't know who needs to hear that. The little things that you are doing are not insignificant. They are the most significant. I always say, the one who enjoys walking will get much further than the one who enjoys the destination. If you are bettering yourself, if you are doing the best that you can because you just simply want to become better, and that's what you love to do because it makes you feel good, you will be pushed, you will be propelled to do that more often. But if you're only doing the best that you can just to receive blessings from God and to just, you know what I mean, just for the result, well, you end up staying with what you get. You're not gonna really feel motivated and encouraged to keep going. Because I've always said this before, it's not about the destination that makes the whole journey so beautiful. It's the journey itself. The journey itself is the whole part that you're gonna remember. As soon as you get to that destination, the part that you so yearn to see, you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, dang, like, I remember I went through all of that and now I'm here. The journey is what makes things feel so much worthwhile. So though you might be pressing yourself because you are doing these little things, you're still making progress. I would rather you be doing little steps or baby steps than no steps at all, or just sulking and wishing you could take big steps, not knowing that as long as you're taking baby steps, eventually your legs are going to get bigger and stronger so that way you can walk. It's like literally a baby walking, literally taking baby steps, like then they fall down and they rest, and then eventually their legs get stronger and they're able to walk like we do, like we're fully grown. So I think it's just a really beautiful thing, and really appreciate the journey, and don't put so much pressure on yourself to appreciate the journey, if that makes sense. Like, just be grateful. I was talking to God, I think it was last night or the night before, but I was talking with God on my walk and everything, and I was like, God doesn't really ask much for you because he's always providing for you. Right now you are living in an answered prayer, whatever it is. Whether you pray to keep a roof over your head, whether you pray to keep the lights on, whether you pray over protection for your life, you are living in answered prayers right now. You have to be grateful and thankful, because the way I described it is like, you ever held the door open for somebody and they just walked right through and didn't say thank you, and you're like, okay, I didn't have to do that for you, but I did it anyway. You're not gonna say thank you. Like, that's a little, you know what I mean? But you let it go. And then another time you hold the door open for that same person, again, no thank you. So you're like, are you gonna say thank you or no? And then the more and more times you hold the door open for that person and they never say thank you, and they take advantage of your kindness, eventually you stop holding the door open for them. All the material things that you have, all these modern day technologies and everything, you don't have to have these things. These things aren't necessary to have in your life. You understand what I'm saying? But the fact that you have these things, the fact that you make it home safely if you leave and you come back, the fact that you're able to do that, the fact that you're able to clean your body, take care of yourself, the fact that I have these glasses, these things might seem insignificant, but if I take these things off, everything just looks like it looks like I don't have eyes, and I do have eyes. So it's kind of crazy how something so small could make such a big difference in my life. You understand what I'm saying? And what I was getting at with all of that, tell God thank you, because he does so much. Like, I even told him last night, like, if I could sit here, if I had the time to say thank you and list everything I'm thankful for, it would probably take me a very, very long time to thank God for all of the things that he has helped me come out of, all of the things that he has blessed me with, everything. Just, it would take so long. And God just really wants to tell you, like, just all he wants is a thank you. All glory and praise be to him. That's it. He's not asking you to sell your soul. Your soul belongs to him. He is your soul. But he's not asking you to sell your kidney or donate half your liver. He's literally just asking for a thank you. When he blesses you, tell him thank you. When you open your eyes in the morning, tell him thank you. When you drink some water, when you eat some food, put some food in your belly, tell him thank you. The fact that you don't have to go out and scavenge and hunt for your food, the fact that you have the privilege to go to the store, and I know things is expensive. I live in probably the most expensive state in this country, and I live in America. However, the fact that you have something to eat, tell him thank you, because it's something that's better than nothing. And things could easily be so different. But, I just felt like I had to say that. Like, take time out of your day to be grateful for where you are as well. Because trust that as long as you're taking small steps, they are not insignificant. Though they might be small, they are not insignificant. Because like I said, the journey is the most important part. You're going to remember how strong you have gotten. You're going to remember when you make it to where you want to be. You're going to look back and you're going to remember those baby steps that you was taking. You're going to remember how you were figuring out how to get to where you are now. You're going to look back and you're going to remember I was so clueless. I remember when I was figuring out how to get to where I wanted to be, and here I am there because I took those baby steps. That's the only way you're gonna get there, is if you start by doing what you can. And the more and more you give your best, the better your best will get. The more effort you give, that's what you're gonna get. Like, it's this one Princess and the Frog song. It's like, if you do your best each and every day, good things are sure to come your way. What you give is literally what you get. Like, do your best each and every day. And sometimes your best is going to look different depending on how you feel. Like I said, today, I was just kind of like, my body needed to rest, but my brain wanted to go. And I did my best. Like, I did the best that I could to, just do the best that I can and just still keep a positive mental attitude. You understand what I'm saying? That's all it takes. As long as you got a positive mental attitude, you can do anything. Anything will be, like, literally everything standing in your way will be knocked over by that positive mental attitude. If you're facing a brick wall, that positive mental attitude is like this huge wrecking ball coming to knock it down, so that way you can keep going throughout your life. But sitting and complaining that you feel hopeless or that you feel like there's nothing you can do, that's just planting that seed that's going to grow. Those weeds are going to grow up in your subconscious mind. The more and more you say to yourself, there's nothing I can do, I feel hopeless, I'm stuck, those seeds will grow. Because the only way seeds can grow in your subconscious mind is if you nourish them. Hey, you nourish your seeds with love, with action, with consistent thoughts, right? Now let's say you planted those negative seeds thinking that you are hopeless and everything. You nourish those seeds with consistent thoughts and with action. Now, if you keep saying you're hopeless and you're just acting upon the fact that you feel hopeless, you nourish those seeds with feelings. You have to literally put your all into making that seed grow. So if you're putting your all into making those negative seeds grow, they will grow as weeds and they will strangle any hope, any belief in yourself, and it will take that flower down. That beautiful flower of belief, it will take it down, strangle it, suffocate it, and then those weeds will continue to grow. It's like it feeds on the things that it takes, and they continue to grow until you have nothing left but weeds. You've got to take care of your mind before anything. Your mind is literally the key. Everything you need is in your mind. Stay tuned for the next video, because that's exactly what I'm talking about. You are whole. We might be individuals of God, but just like the fingers on my hand, even though they are all individual, they are still connected to my hand, and I can still move them all at once and I can do as I please, but they are still connected to the source. You understand what I'm saying? Even though we are all individuals, we are all connected to God. In so many words, we are whole. Just as He is whole, we are whole. We lack nothing, and we must always remind ourselves that we are whole. We might be individuals, but we are still a part of something greater. You are connected at all times to the one and only God. And you want to know how you're connected? This air that we're breathing, this is literally the life force of God. The more air you breathe, notice how your life is getting extended. You are connected to everything on this planet. You are connected to everything through this air. I'm breathing the same air as these cats. I'm breathing the same air as my neighbors. I'm breathing the same air as you. Even though you might be overseas, the air is not going anywhere. It's all here. We're all connected through this air. And so what that means is we're all connected to God. You have to understand what I'm saying. Know that there is a way for you to get to where you want to be. Enjoy the journey, because it'll be over before you know it. When you are actually enjoying the journey instead of wishing that you were somewhere else, you're gonna realize it was over fasted. Like, I literally was thinking about like how far I've come with this YouTube channel and this community, and I was like, it's been almost a year. Next month would be a year since I've started this channel. I started the channel on September 15th, and I uploaded my first video on September 21st of last year. And I was like, dang, like, I remember wishing I could be where I am now, and it only felt like it was taking forever because I kept wishing I was somewhere that I wasn't. And then when I actually just started to enjoy where I was, and just, I'm like, okay, it'll happen when it happens. Everything is gonna happen when it happens. Literally, here we are a year later, and it has flown by. It has literally flown by so fast. Like, next month would be a year that I've started this channel. That is so crazy to me. Like, my brain, it cannot compute. But like I was saying, and then I'm gonna end this video, everything starts in your mind, okay? Because in so many words, you can do anything. You are always whole. Your mind is like the computer coding the reality that you see. So whatever kind of code you put into the computer, that computer will do that thing. So your mind is like the code, and whatever code you put into your mind, you will see that in your reality. You will become that. You tell yourself you put negative codes and viruses in your mind, well, guess what? You become that. What you think, you become. So code your life to look beautiful. Even though it might not feel like it, you have to understand that the reason it doesn't feel so beautiful, the reason it doesn't feel so great, the reason it doesn't feel so lovely and fun and happy and joyous is because you have those weeds that are strangling you from seeing the bigger picture. The more and more you just start to cut those weeds down with positive affirmations, with consistent thoughts, with even just taking action by just smiling in the mirror and just choosing to feel happy. Once you adapt that state of mind to think positively despite what you're facing, nothing can shake you up. Even if God might be trying to shake you up to get you where you need to be, because that's what he does. He'll shake you up so that way you can settle where you need to be. Even though he might be doing that, you're like, I already know I'm about to come out better and stronger than this. I already know once this is all over, I'm gonna be so much happier. Like, this is all happening for a great reason. And that's the kind of mindset that you adapt once you adapt the positive mental attitude. But that's really all that I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it so much. I want to say thank y'all for everybody who is joining the community. Like, there are 1,314 people in the community right now, I believe. And there are mosquitoes around me as well, but they're not walking in the community. I don't rock with mosquitoes, and I got them. I don't rock with mosquitoes because mosquitoes love my blood type. But is that everything that I wanted to say? You guys, just be happy about life, man. No, be happy because you're going where you need to go. Be happy because you're headed where you want to be. Just be happy about that. You might not be there now, but be happy because you know. It's like when you're going to see your favorite person, right? Let's say you're going to see your best friend or whoever it might be. Be happy, even though you might not already be at their house. Be happy because you're on the way there. You understand what I'm saying? Be happy because you're safe, because you are watched over, because you are connected to God. Be happy because you are literally going where you want to be. Instead of being like, dang, I wish I was there, you're on the way there. You're literally, it's like a kid going to Disney World and they're like, how much longer? Like, relax, we're going to get there. It just takes time. It just takes time. One more thing and I'm really gonna end this video. If there was no such thing as time, right, everything would be happening simultaneously. Everything would be happening at all times. Like, everything would be happening all at once. You would be everywhere and nowhere. You would be alive and not alive. You would be, let's say you were in a situation where you were homeless and now you have a home. You would be homeless and have a home at the same time because there's no such thing as time. Your past, present, and future would all be happening on one accord. You understand what I'm saying? And God is the only one who can see that for us. He can see where we've been, where we are, and where we're going. We cannot see that because we have time. But time only exists here so that way we're not bombarded with all these things. And I feel like nobody would be able to handle that. That's why we have time. Time is like the gap in between. And it just takes time. Know that you are getting there It just takes time. Know that you have already started the journey there. It's not like, oh, I'm about to start this. No, baby, you've already started. You've already started the journey. You're not about to start anything. You've already started. It just takes time. So give it the time that it takes. Just give it the time that it takes. And what you can do with the time you have now is water yourself with consistently positive thinking. Water yourself with positive action. Water yourself with words of encouragement, with love, with care. Speak to yourself like you would speak to a small child. Speak to yourself like you would speak to someone you love, because you should be someone you love. But that's really all that I have for this video, man. I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. Is there anything else I want to say, like, for real? I think that's it. The sun's setting. I want to go for a walk. I want to also go eat dinner. So I'm going to end this video here, and I hope y'all enjoyed. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Until next time, bye, friends.